Hi everybody, Michelle from Michelle's Craft Corner here. In today's video I'm going to show you how to make this really lovely Christmas card using the Stars of Light photopolymer stamp set and the coordinating framelits. So let's get started. So here's a close-up of that card that we're going to be making today. I really love how it turned out with the new Tranquil Tide cardstock that just looks so awesome. But I also wanted to show you that this same design really works well with pretty much any of the Stampin' Up! Colors. So here's a couple other examples. This is with the Bermuda Bay. This is with the new Fresh Fig. This one was the Berry Burst. And I also continued with the new In Colors, dropped my Post-it note, and did the Lime, the Lucky Limeade, and the Powder Pink. So really, really love this set, but decided to focus on doing the Tranquil Tide for this video. So of course, to make this, you're gonna need a couple things. Starting first of all is that Star of Light. Wonderful, wonderful stamp set. It's only 26 bucks. It's a good photopolymer one, and there's a coordinating framelits we're going to be using today. The kind of the big one, and then also the bigger detailed piece as well. Okay. For ink colors, we're going to be using that Tranquil Tide ink, and then also some Sahara Sand. Of course, you always are going to need your favorite adhesive. Mine is that multi-purpose liquid glue, which is a little easier to do the tiny details of the thinlet. Okay. We're going to use, of course, the dropping things. Okay, the Tranquil Tide cardstock right there. Move it closer. There we go. Okay. The Whisper White cardstock for just that front and also for coordinating inside. Right. And then for this gorgeous copper effect, I mean, I've just absolutely fallen in love with Stampin' Up's new copper foil sheets. They come in these giant 12 by 12 sheets, a pack of 2, only $4, so $2 a sheet. And this particular project doesn't use very much of it, so a little will go a long way with this particular project. Okay, so moving that off to the side. So you guys got all of that. And then of course we are going to be using the Big Shot today. And thanks to my new setup, I can actually do that in front of you. So we're going to be using the Big Shot, the awesome magnetic platform. Love this. And then also the Stampin' Up! Big Shot die brush. Now this is the matte and then this is the brush. And it's just really good for anything that's got that fine detail, all those little tiny pieces to pop out. All right, you guys got all of that? So let's work on putting this together. Move these off to the side. All right, so let's start off with cutting out our pieces using the awesome thinlits. So for this one we're going to be using this big solid shape and then also the similar big detail shape. So these two are the ones we're going to be using. So for this guy, we're going to take a piece of the Tranquil Tide cardstock and run it through the Big Shot upside down. Now, since you guys are no doubt wondering what size this is a 3.5 by 4 inch just piece of paper. You can just use any scrap and run that through, and we're going to have our piece for behind our thinlet. And then I'm going to go ahead and actually live die cut this other piece. So this is just another strip of that wonderful copper foil paper, and this has got 3 inches wide. You can get more than one on here, and you can always turn it if you want, but 3 inches is good for just the width of the sides. So let's go ahead and set up to cut that out. Here is my Big Shot, and I of course have my 2 cutting plates. And for this one I'm using the magnetic platform. I absolutely love this magnetic platform, and it's so handy because it's got how to layer it right on there. It's made for these little metal framelits because it's got magnets in it and will hold it in place. Case in point, ta-da, just like that. See? Not coming off. All right, so for the sandwich for this, what you're gonna do is put that magnetic platform down and then take one of your cutting plates, that down, and then your paper, and then you're going to lay your framelit on top and be sure that the little cutting edges, I don't know if you can see that, little ridges are down. Those are what will cut it out, so we're going to just line that up. Handy tip, sometimes it cuts better on the sides instead of straight in the center, but we're going to run it through more than once, so it should be good. And then you're going to layer your other pad right on top, just like that. Kind of a nice sandwich, and then roll it through. Oh, I'm not used to working this on the side. Here we go. And I'm going to run it back. Just because of all of those little pieces, it'll just pop out cleaner. Okay. So now we have our piece. Now you can see, actually if I flip it, that all of those little pieces are stuck in there. See how it's just kind of cut out, but it's all wedged in there. So this is where that die brush really comes in handy and pays for itself, because you could get a pokey tool and you could poke all of those little pieces out. I have done it. It takes forever and is really annoying. Or you could get the die brush, stick it down. We've got all those holes and we're just going to run it through, just kind of going back and forth. And the little bristles on that brush are poking through all of the little holes in the die and just popping all of those pieces out. So look, it came right out. You can just see all the pieces already. Now these kind of have some little hooks on them, so they tend to want to catch, but you can see how it's just already popping all of those out so quick, so painless. Don't have to deal with a pokey tool, although I guess this is kind of technically a pokey tool, but really, really fast, especially for like the little pieces. Now, if you still have a few difficult ones, you can grab them, but it is way faster than trying to poke all of these out individually. Grab that last one. There we go. So there we go. It's so pretty. Love that copper. And then you just toss those scraps. So now we have our piece for our star. Back. So we've got our star done. Go ahead and grab our card base here out of that Tranquil tie. And then our Whisper White for the card front. Now this is cut at 5 inches by 3 3/4. Okay. And then I'm also going to grab, I have a strip of that copper. Now this is for behind. So it just depends what width you want on it. This is cut, oh, it got smeared a little, at 1.5 by 4 1/4, so just the full length. But if you want to go 2 inches or 3 or wider, it'll just be a little extra on the sides. There's that. Okay. So let's go ahead and flip this, and we're going to stamp our sentiment. This was, of course, with the Stars of Light photopolymer. I'm going to do this giant swirl, which I absolutely love this giant swirl. Grab my block here, and this is the size E, if anybody's wondering what size that is. And then you could do any of the sentiments in here, but I really like, may your season be peaceful, your new year be bright. So it really covers just all the holidays, and if someone's doesn't celebrate Christmas, then it also works for that. And this one is on a size D block. All right, I'm going to grab my Sahara sand. This side. And we're going to stamp that swirl. Now it's a little big, so definitely be sure you kind of get it all on there. Go. All right, now for this one, I don't know if you can see, I basically stamped the swirl twice. I went from one angle and then the other. So it's kind of like a V, but you can do more or less, however much you want to do with it. Oh, and I almost forgot. This is a photopolymer stamp set, so it really does stamp better using the Pierce mat. Now, because I'm going to be stamping off the white cardstock, I'm going to tuck it under my grid paper, so therefore I'm not inking my little mat. So here we go. Again, so I'm doing the little smaller side to the top corner here, just like that. So small side. I'm going to re-ink it. Kind of flip it so that the big swirl is on top now, and it's going to be a little off the corner, but that's okay. So just like that is how I did it. And of course your card, you can stamp more swirls, less swirls, however you would like to do it. Put that off to the side. Alright, so let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment using that gorgeous Tranquil tie. Okay, flip it around here. Oh, we had it this way. Okay. And I just like to stick it to the side. Just like that. So now we're done with the stamping. See how quick and fast this card is coming together? This would be perfect for Christmas. You had to stamp a whole bunch. All right, oh, because I don't need the Pierce mat anymore. There we go. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and glue our two pieces right on top of each other. Nice layering effect. Now this has got a lot of really tiny pieces, so I really like using that multi-purpose liquid glue because it's got that fine tip on there. And you don't have to glue the whole thing. You can just do a few dots on some of the bigger spots and a little on the sides, and you'll be good to go. So you don't have to go crazy with the glue on this one. Put it down. And keep in mind, if it does splash out from the corners, it will dry clear, so it won't mess up your project. Okay, so there's still a few on the corners. Take it. And when you line it up, be sure to line, one of the sides of the star is a little longer than the other, so you want to be sure you line up the longer side with the longer side. Just do it just like that. Okay, see, just like that. All right, now we're just going to glue that right on top of our card. Just like that. And now we're going to go ahead and glue it down, do our little strip of copper. And you could put it straight to the side, but I kind of gave it a little bit of an edge. Straight down, and then we're going to glue our card right on top. So as I said, really quick, simple card, be perfect for Christmas, really impress all of your friends with your great card making skills. There we go. So boom, and done. Now if you want another white for the inside, you just cut an extra one at that same dimension, the 5 by 3 3/4. Well, I hope you guys liked this quick and simple Christmas card using the wonderful Star of Light photopolymer set, and that it will make your Christmas cards so quick and easy to make. As always, thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe. And feel free to like and share. For pictures of these and other projects, you can check out my website at michellescraftcorner.com. Bye guys, thanks!